EA Sports. It's in the game.
They have nice menu music too. All right. I need season playoffs. I have to press this button. Three minutes is fine. Yeah, whatever. It's set the arcade rule. If I go back. I don't think I have to set anything here. This is where this isn't where I want to set things. I want to set it here. I don't care about that shit. Everything's fine. Oh, this is stock. Nope. I switched that to that. And then not the best team, but it's decent. I picked San Antonio. They were better in the early ones. Probably better off switching teams, but this game isn't that bad, so let's go. Okay, so simulate it down to my team right here. There we go. San Antonio versus Phoenix. Go. Actually, San Antonio's a little better in this one. They were a little worse off in 97, huh? Oops, oh. Back here. Bum ba bum bum bum. This will be our last NBA Live for SNES. We'll finish this. Bum, 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 bum. I should probably try and rebound. I don't really think I need to worry about it. I'll score them real fast soon, so I don't really care if I miss shots. I can just do this if I want the ball. Yeah. So the stock rules for the NBA Live games don't have fouls on. They do have, you know, the timers for holding the ball for too long. You know, like if you hold it for 20-something seconds, like there's this shot clock, but so. It's not till, like, what was it, 2000, 2001 that NBA Live starts enforcing the whole, yeah, but I don't have to turn them off. It's stock like this. That's the thing. Interesting thing is, like, in these versions, I don't have to turn them off. That's how they started. Like, NBA Live started more arcadey, and then as the game, you know, made more of them, they started, I think they tried to be, like, more like NBA Jam, because they'll shove the shit out of you, too, if you let them. But as the game got farther along, they kind of probably tried to make it a little bit more traditional basketball. Like I noticed, like in the later versions, in the you know, later PS1, especially the PS2, it started like being more like simulation basketball, like actual like basketball instead of more NBA Jam-ish. Because this is there's steal, right? This is steal, but there's also hard check. There's literally a move called hard check, and that's what I'm using, hard check. And then there's turbo, so you can speed down the court. You hold LRR, you turbo, and you just speed down. Yeah, I can stretch for a second now because it don't really matter that much. Yeah, it's just, you know, and then, you know, the only score button is A, so, you know, you just literally have to, you know, let go at the height of your jump, and then in it goes. You figured that out fast. Yeah. Oops. I don't know where they were passing the ball to, but... I played some NBA in the Zone on Nintendo 64. Those are pretty easy. The In the Zone games. I don't know. I'll let them take the ball and do what they want with it. Just kill some time. The scary sports games are always golf and baseball. Because baseball can either have like no games or it can have tons of them depending on the baseball game. Some of them are, you know, there's like some that only have season mode. Yeah, it's like that's why baseball can be scary because sometimes they don't have playoff modes. You just go up, and sometimes they have so many games. You know, and golf can just be tough sometimes. Oh, I don't know. I haven't really played much baseball, honestly. I played very little baseball. Everything's up to your own discretion, right? You know, it's your thing, so. But if you're looking for chill basketball, this is pretty chill basketball. You know. But look at the guys in the stands getting up yelling. And you remember when those chairs used to be on all the time, those folding chairs? I hated those when I was a kid, just having those like there. Having to sit in those always hurt my ass. Rude. Rude. Bum, 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 bum. Nope. Oh, I forgot about the 10-second violation. Oh, no, not that. Will I ever do? Oops. Rejected. I've actually grown to really enjoy basketball sports games. They're pretty relaxing time to me. Oh no. Are we in third quarter right now, I think? I think we're in third quarter. Let's try and score and find out. Let's not pull anything up. There's got to be a button to pull that up. I just don't know what it is. Lamb. I missed twice. Go! Oop. End of game. That was the fourth quarter. Hmm. Oh, the game started. Push, push, push. Well, I always make sure I win my games, but everyone has ways they do things, so to each their own. Exactly. Bum, 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 bum. Hey, old school Matt. Yeah, it's old school indeed. How you doing? Lots of old school here. Thanks for the raid, old school Matt. What were you just playing? Games and demos? Welcome, old school Matt's viewers. I am playing every console game that ever existed handheld and, you know, for the home, every region. I'm crazy like that. I'm on game number 669. There's also SNES game number 37. I understand that. I can only really comment on what I do here, you know. There will always be people who see things a different way than I do, and I respect their decisions to do what they want, how they feel, and what makes them happy, and what they think works best for them, and is, you know, that, you know. I just know what I'm going for, and I'm going for it. Going for it. I know what makes me feel better, what makes me feel good. What makes me feel good is not always gonna be what makes someone else feel good, you know? I play on original hardware. There's some people that like to play on, and then like are and on CRTs. There's some people that like to play on emulators, and you know, and use like new TVs. You know, I don't give them a hard time for that. So I'm just happy people just play the games. You know, as long as people are having a good time, doing what they feel is good for them. People say I'm crazy for doing all this stuff. How many times, especially early, like a couple of years ago when I first started doing this whole thing, people told me what I was doing is crazy and stupid, and, you know. Here I am. Bum, 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 bum. People thought I'd quit, while I'd stop. I generally love doing this. It's one of my favorite things to do in my free time. Makes me happy, whether I'm playing good game, bad game, you know, whatever. I love the experience. I love kind of hearing other people's opinions on it, and I enjoy the feeling it gives me overall, you know. I'm always appreciative you guys are here, hanging out, and just... This is my social time. We have one car in our house, right? And... so I only get to take it out to work on Sundays, and... Shannon has work a couple days a week, but she's also got school. She's got clinical she goes through a couple days a week, so I'm kind of home by myself 6 days a week for the most part. So I have things I have to do around the house, or things like that, but this is my social time here. This is my only video game time here. This is where I play video games here. That's it. The only time I get. Other than Sunday, this is my only interaction with people I get. We have one car. Besides, obviously, those that I live with, you know what I mean. Don't get me wrong, I'm perfectly happy doing this. I love it. But, you know... No, I don't. We only have one car. I do deliveries. I do them on Sunday. It's the only day I can work. She's a nurse, so she goes to work. And she's got a son, so I kind of watch him too. But she goes to work. Um, she's like got 12, 13-hour days at her job. So she's got 3 12, 13-hour days, and I used to go out to work the other days when she wasn't. But she's back in school to be a nurse practitioner. But part of her school is doing clinicals, so you have to go work for free 10 hours a day, like 3 days a week. So she's got to do that on top of working. So she's got school and that. So she's got we have the one car. It's kind of tied up most of the day. And then her son's got things he's got to go to a couple days a week. So I work all day Sunday, literally from most of the time from morning to night. I am nowhere near those numbers, Dragon. I appreciate it. But I would love to, but I take it as it is. I would like to get my camera back on. I'm really hoping soon, like next couple weeks, it's back on. Kind of miss being on camera. Oh yeah, I do talk sometimes when I'm playing games, but a lot of times I focus. But if people talk and chat, I chit chat. I'll chit chat more. I like to talk. I read, chat all the time. But I respect the fact that people like to lurk and hang out. So sometimes people got stuff to do. When I get offline, a lot of times I'm watching Twitch. I have it in the background because I'm making dinner or cleaning the house. I love talking to people. I get that. Yeah, see, Gabby's at work right now, so I know it feels for me, especially at nighttime. For me, it's background noise. It's 100%. Like I will, or in the morning sometimes, even when the morning before I get on, like I'm, helping him get his stuff ready for school and doing some stuff around the house and getting set up. I put Twitch in the background and I just kind of listen. I do have some time in the afternoon sometimes where I watch Interact, but I'd say probably 75-80% of the time, which is on the background. Yeah. So. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Honestly, I think it makes really good background stuff because, when you watch a TV show a lot of times, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of good TV shows and movies out there. Sometimes you can expect what's coming and know what you're getting into, right? But this kind of stuff, there's lots of curveballs and things, so there's excitement to it. You never know what's going to be coming in next. Yeah. I've had channels like that I've watched for 2 or 3 months, and the first time I said something. You always got to do whatever makes you comfortable and makes you happy first, right? That's the most important. But I always like to be an open book, so if anyone wants to ask me anything, about how this goes, or if they have any questions and wonder why certain things, I'm generally cool to answer most of it. My favorite thing to do when I do talk in chat rooms with people, right? Like, especially I like to help out if it's kind of quiet in there sometimes. I'll bring up stuff and I'll be like, you know, I just had banana pudding. Anyone like that? Like I could, for example, talk about, you know, I was thinking about the other day that all the things my grandma used to make. My grandma used to make like, so my grandma, like, so I was originally born in New Jersey, right? I live in Texas now. I moved there like 3 or 4 years ago due to Shannon's work. But my grandma was from North Carolina, and she used to bake like crazy. And she used to make some crazy stuff. She used to make like these homemade cakes, and they have cream cheese icing. And she'd make these like 4 or 5 tier cakes, man. They were like, oh my god, they were delicious. That was the problem. She made this one thing that I still wonder how I'm still alive today for eating it. She used to make this thing called $1 Million Cake, right? But it wasn't really cake. It was kind of looked like brownies. It was cut like brownies and like thick icing on it. But the whole thing, and it went into a pan. The whole thing took a whole bag of sugar. I'm not even exaggerating. A whole bag of sugar to make it. An entire bag. I like chocolate pudding pie. It was delicious, but oh, I felt it later on. If I had more than like 1 or 2 pieces, I felt it. Even as a kid, I was like, oh, no. A thing my dad was big on that I never really got into was rice pudding. I actually got really into banana pudding because my dad would make it with cream cheese. It was actually pretty good. Vanilla wafers. Oh. Yeah, right. I never really understood rice pudding. I understand people like it, but the taste is kind of but the texture bothered me more than anything, I think. I'm kind of a person with food texture bothers me a lot. Like I don't like onions because of the texture, you know. I'm very much a texture eater. Like I'm trying to think of what else. I drive Shannon nuts because of what I eat. I don't really eat fish. The only thing I would eat out of a salad is cheese and croutons. I don't like anything else out of a salad. I don't like tomatoes because of texture, but I love tomato sauce. You know, I have weird eating habits. But you know, everyone's got their own. But I never deny anyone in the house anything they want to eat. If they want to eat something else, I'll make, that's not something I enjoy. I'll make them what they want, and I'll make something of my own. 'Cause you know what? I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't want to deny someone else something they like, just because I like something else. I can easily. I'm happy enough just eating a pizza, So. You want to know what? I have stories, some crazy stories, guys. So I grew up, and my father owned, with some of my other family, a diner, right? But it was more like a burger and comfort food place. But it was open 24 hours a day, right? And it was the place that all the people that drank went afterwards, the late night hours. And for years, I worked those late shifts, right? And after the bars would close, all the drunks would walk in there and do stupid things. And man, I have stories. I could go for months talking about the kind of crazy things that you wouldn't believe happened there. You wouldn't even believe if I told you that that happened there. But because of all that experience I have with dealing with people and trying to calm situations and seeing things, nothing really phases me much anymore. I'm pretty calm, chill. I've seen some stuff, man, so, you know, life ain't so bad, you know, even with the, like I said, I'm broke. I got, you know, like $15 in my bank account, and that's fine as long as I can eat, you know. I'm good. I eat and I try to put whatever extra I have into this to try and, you know, because I love this, what we're doing here. The money I make on Sunday, most of that goes towards what we need, whatever I can, because I try to contribute what I can to the house, because I can only contribute so much. But I keep some for, you know, so I can get myself some stuff to eat. Anything I usually make from here goes right back into stuff. You ran your, you like bread pudding? I don't know if I've ever had bread pudding. I've had cornbread. And the bar alley. But you know what made things easier, right? So we also used to get the bouncers that would work at the bars, that would come over to eat afterwards. After a while, I learned to make friends with them, and you know, they helped me out, I helped them out. So after a while, that took care of some of my problems. Not as bad as it sounds. I'm sure it's not. Probably interesting. I'm still very simple. I could literally just make myself some chocolate pudding pie and be happy. I could see you doing kind of security stuff, Dragon. I could see you not taking anyone's shit. Is that how you became the Dragon of Hatred and not the Dragon of Love? Just have to deal with too much shit? I don't envy anyone that's a bouncer these days. With the times they are now, it's the, you know, anything could get you in some kind of trouble. I don't envy anyone that does that in these times. With the crazy stuff that goes on. Like, Shannon's job, I could never do that. You know, I have no problem with, you know, seeing things, but, you know, putting someone's life in my hands like that and like that, I couldn't do it. I respect everyone that does. I couldn't do it myself. You're a cook? Yeah, see, now I understand exactly how that feels, because I cooked for close to 20 years. And for years, I used to love coming home and making my own dinners and making all these nice things. And nowadays, I don't like to, you know. it kind of took some of the fun out of it. I mean, I still will, you know, obviously for them, but I don't enjoy it like I used to. See, people like there's always the common thought, right? That if you do something all the time, well, you must love it. You must want to do it all the rest of the time. And that's not always the case, you know. You could still love something, but, you know, too much of anything, love it or not, isn't always good for you. But yeah, I used to eat a lot of sandwiches. I kind of got over those because I used to eat a lot of lunch meat and like hoagie rolls. What I do miss is, so like, you know, I live in Texas now, right? And I spent a lot of time in New Jersey, and I miss bagels and good pizza. You can still find good bagels and pizza, but not like on every corner where you could back in New Jersey. I have to like drive for a while to find that. Exactly. You just kind of want to not do the thing, even though you like it. You're like, well, I just did that for those hours. I don't really want to do that, you know. You know what's kind of become my new Zen thing that I enjoy? Either like I like cleaning for some reason, like not like doing stuff like dishes, like simple things, cleaning counters, like mopping the floor has been my big relaxing thing, and I'll either put some music on or a Twitch stream, and I don't know why I find mopping the floor really relaxing. It's nice, peaceful, it's easily accomplishable, you know, I can just chill. It's just, I know exactly what I gotta do and do it. And it's something I can just kind of not think about and do, and then I could just listen to stuff in the background. It's peaceful. You start doing the clubs. Yeah, that can get scary. I got involved in some sticky situations. But like, you know, I could deal with a tough crowd and stuff, you know, and things in there, but there was this lady I worked with. She was super strong, like super strong lady, and no one messed with her. She was from a tough neighborhood, and every once in a while someone would, and like they would try to throw something at her, put her hands in her, and she would just pick them up. I'd see like guys that are twice her size, and like she'd pick them up and they'd chuck them out the door, and I'm like, whoo. You know, I would never be on her bad side. Super nice lady, but you mess with her, oh, that's it. It's over for you. She was kind of like one of those people that if you were honking their horn at a traffic light and just you kept doing it over and over again, she would get out of the corner like, "What? You want to fight? Let's go!" You know, "Come on, get out!" You know. Man, I had such good times. So I used to live above a Hey, hold on. I used to live above a well, here. I used to have a kitchen near a go-go bar, and I used to live above there, right? So I would just go to the kitchen I worked with in the like when it was time to open, and I would serve food to the customers there, you know, and you know, crazy things happen there. We won't go into stuff like that, but I think one of the dumbest things I ever did was one of the bouncers at the bar, like it was quiet, right? And he was like, "You want to go shot for shot?" I was like, "Sure." I was like, trying to think of what we drank. What did we drink? I don't know, it was something heavy, but we could only chase it with Bacardi and Coke, right? And he was a stiff, heavy drinker. So I was like, I kept up with him the whole way, right? We called it a draw, right? Because he had to go, and we drank like pretty much almost the whole bottle. Like whoever won had to pay, so we put it down the middle. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and then all I remember is going outside. Just walked outside. Was gonna go call my father because he called me, and I don't remember anything that happened after that. Apparently 3 hours later, I woke up upstairs in like my apartment with a piece of bread in my hand. And then I laying off my bed on the floor, and I'm like, what? So I went up and went downstairs in the go-go bar, and everyone's like, oh, he's alive. And I'm like, what do you mean alive? So the go-go bar had stairs, right? On the other side, like that were inside, that connected up to my apartment upstairs. And apparently, I passed out on the stairs. They thought I was like dead. So they carried me up to my apartment and put me there with some bread. And I came downstairs, everyone's like, hey, he's alive. And then they made me have some more to drink, and oh, that was bad. Yeah, it was nice of them. I'll give you one more crazy memory, and that's the last of it. That's the last one I'm giving you of that. So, they had, sometimes they do stuff like, those places do weird things. I think they had the girls there in bikinis, right? And they had a pool full of Jello there, and they were doing Jello wrestling, right? Whatever. I'm down there doing my stuff, bringing people food, and so I went and brought people food. And one of the bouncers thought would be funny. There was one of the girls in there. He grabbed me by one leg, and then the bartender helped out, grabbed me and threw me into the Jello pool. And they're like, who wants to wrestle the cook? And I'm like, I'm soaked in the Jello, right? I had my phone and everything in my pocket, and I'm like, what is going on here? And then I see like 5 or 6 people like, me. And I'm like, oh no. What is going on? So they let like someone in there. She's like a little bit smaller, but she was strong. And it's a girl, and I'm nice. I'm not gonna do anything. And they're like, oh. So she just goes full force and spears me into the Jello pool, like down. And everyone's like, oh, the cook is getting his ass kicked. Oh no. He's getting destroyed. And I'm like, okay, I can't have this. This just looks bad. This is gonna be on me forever if I let this happen. So yeah, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna make an instant win here, but I'm gonna make sure no one gets hurt. I put my left leg forward, arm around her, and did kind of like a body slam thing, and I put my other arm around her back so that I controlled. She went nice and slow into there and no impact, just right into the Jello, and the Jello splashed all over everybody. And I was like, I win. And I got out of there. Oh my god. It was wild. But my shoes were soaked in this stuff. I literally take my shoes off, they were full. And it's that weird Jello too. It's that like stuff that evaporates after a while. I was like, oh my god. Yeah, I told you that story. Some people haven't here for it. I have other stories to never share. Well, there's some stories I should never share, Wolf, ever. And those stories will probably stay there. So. But I figure people would appreciate that one. I have endless stories. But check this out, guys. If you think it this way, the dancers order food too. At a go-go bar, the dancers were tipping me. That's how I rolled. And here's another kicker thing too, right? So the guys there would always buy shots for everybody. And I couldn't not be drunk because I had no choice. Because the guys there would be like, well, if you don't take this shot, I'm not buying food from you ever again. And I'm like, so I was just, oh, it was bad. I have some crazy things have happened in my time. You know, I used to do a lot of dumb stuff when I was younger. You know how people play beer pong at parties, right? I don't like beer. So I used to play vodka pong. I would fill the cups and I would triple shot every cup with vodka. And I'd be doing good at first, but as soon as I like lost one cup or two, that was too much vodka and I'd just keep losing at that point because I couldn't hit shots in. And oh, it would be bad. What is the name of that alcohol? Hang on, let me look at something. There was a there was like a really potent, like it looks like vodka. It was a really potent alcohol. What was it? What was it? Help me out here. Not absinthe, not tequila, not sambuca. I'll know it as soon as you guys say it too. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's not rum. It was super potent vodka. I mean, not vodka, super potent alcohol. Put it this way, it was that kind of alcohol that if you took a shot of it, it would burn the whole way down, literally burn. Can't remember what it was. Everclear. Everclear. So, I was, Everclear, yeah. So, I was, you know, I was younger and I was at my brother's apartment. And, I was had a bad day, some stuff happened, and my brother he pre-mixed a whole jug of orange juice, right, with Everclear. He's like, this is orange juice and Everclear. So I figured, like, rationally, it would be mostly orange juice and a little bit of Everclear, right? You figure that's what someone would do, right? That's the obvious choice. Just a little bit of some Everclear and mostly orange juice. No, it was mostly Everclear and a little bit of orange juice. And I chugged the whole thing. The entire thing. And all I remember, I blacked out. Probably the only time I ever blacked out in my life. And it was probably hours later with some lady had me over her shoulders, like hung over it, like thrown over her shoulders and threw me down the couch. I'm like, whoa, well, what are you doing? What are you doing? Where am I and stuff? And she's like, you were curled up by the closet saying I'm fine and I'm fine. So we took you and put you on the couch. I'm like, what did I drink? And they're like, I just had some oranges and Everclear. And then my brother told me what was actually in there. And I was like, oh, well, that explains everything. Oh, dude, I have stories for everything. So, one of my friends went to the engineering frat in a college in New Jersey, right? And engineers partied harder than the other frats. Do you know why? Because like they had so much school stuff to do that they were always studying and dealing with shit. But when things were done and they had free time, they just partied constantly because they had so little free time. And man, they had the craziest parties. The craziest parties. But they had a rule there, and that was always a scary rule. And I learned that rule fast, and thankfully, you know, things didn't go this way. But they had a foosball table on the front porch. Right? Anyone who wanted to hang out at the frat that wasn't there for a party, their friends, stuff like that, they had to play a game of foosball with people at the frats. And if you lost, you had to streak around the block naked. It was 2-on-2 games. So, thankfully, I didn't lose. But I got really close to losing. But the parties were crazy there. And we were sitting there for Shock Week is amazing. What are you playing, Raku? Coco Racing? And Wolf's playing some Final Fantasy. What is going on here? Some crazy stuff. Sorry guys, I got off into a tangent just to kind of like talk myself. I'm actually losing the game because I've been sitting here chit-chatting. Not even paying attention. Let's go. Well, I'm not losing, but I'm barely winning. Spice things up. You know, when I think of spice things up, I think of Bruce Almighty movie when he drops the meteor. He says that. Jim Carrey says that shit. I love that movie. The heck am I? Everything. Dude, I have so many crazy stories. Maybe I should save some of them for the 3-year anniversary. I could tell you guys some crazy things. But yeah, I lived a life for sure. I've seen a lot of things and done a lot of dumb stuff. I've done some dumb things. How did I get from talking about like desserts to getting drunk and like awful things happening? I used to have these I was known for my yearly Halloween parties. I used to live, because the restaurant my dad owned, we always took care of the, you know, everyone in there. So the cops are pretty cool with us. Just like, as long as you don't blow anything up or break any laws or anything dumb, you know, no one's gonna bother you, right? So I used to throw these crazy parties. But I would throw them on Halloween was my crazy party night, and I would have hundreds and hundreds of people there. The funniest thing about those parties was my dad would show up to those, and he would outdrink everyone at the parties. He'd still be drinking at like 6 in the morning, and I'm like, dude, go to bed. I don't miss those because you gotta think, having parties about 500 people, the kegs, the bongs, all the alcohol and everything, cleaning, no one ever stays to clean up after that. Like, there'll be, rule of thumb, whenever you have parties like that, there's like 2 or 3 people that stay to help out. But it's like one of those things you need an army to clean up for. And you spend days just dealing with the aftermath. Man, some of those parties were legendary, man. Things that went on. It's so much fun. But I'm older now. I'm 40, so I can't even really have anything to drink ever, and it's not because of drinking before. So interesting enough, right? I know some people know this, because I used to work. Remember, I said at a 24-hour diner, right? And a lot of times it'd be so busy, I didn't have time to eat. Well, listen, hear me out here. Hear me out. I didn't have time to eat, right? So I would always have some breakfast, take it home with me, and I would go to sleep. You know, and I did that for years. And then a couple of years back, I went to the doctor with like really bad back pain. And then they gave me some, you know, oh, you're having, you know, like, and they sent me to physical therapy, all this stuff. And they just gave me some pain pills, and it just kept coming and coming, and eventually my throat started to close up. I ended up having to get the thing where they stick the camera down your throat. It turned out the lining in my esophagus had eroded away. I had Barrett's esophagus, which was one step away from cancer. And you know what caused it? Eating and then going to sleep. For years. And I found out there were other people I knew like that too. So the thing is, when you eat like that and you go to sleep, the acid rides up while you're sleeping into your esophagus, right? And it starts to erode it away. If I didn't go to another doctor and find out, I'd be dead today. It's like one of those silent killers, apparently. Well, not silent, but like people find out too late sometimes. Because I had what was called deferred pain. I was getting pain somewhere else for a problem I was having until it got really bad. The back pain was deferred pain. It had nothing to do with anything being wrong with my back at all. But yeah, so that's why they always say that, you know, don't eat 4 hours before you go to bed. You ever feel like, you know, indigestion happens sometimes? You feel like, oh, the next morning? It's because you did that, most likely. It's wild to think of that, yeah. Yeah, sleep apnea can be very, very bad. It can kill you. Something as simple as that. Well, you know, I only tell that to people because, you know, good for you for that ever happening, but you'll know now if that ever happens, that's like you start feeling that way, that's something to watch out for. And, you know, with how easily it can come for you, it's good to have that knowledge, right? Know that that can cause that and how scary that can be, especially if you eat something acidic. Like if you're eating pizza and going to bed, or pasta sauce or anything like that, you know, you're asking for it. And I've had this conversation once before, or twice before in the chat, and there's been people that actually had stuff similar like that happen to them. So, you know, like health, happiness, family, always first. That is always the three most important things. Health, happiness, family. Whatever order works best for you, honestly. But those are the three most important things in your life. And family can be whatever you consider it. Because family is different things to different people. Right? Some people, family is their animals. And some people family is their friends. Some people family is their family. I think you guys get where I'm going. See, now we just took another 360 and went to oh wow. That's no good, dragon. Want to know something that doesn't make sense to me? Every joint on the left side of my body has been fractured, dislocated, or broken. Stupid shit when I was younger, but nothing on the right side. My right side's perfectly fine. I'm a righty. So even though I'm a righty, I'm the kind of person that falls on my left side instead of my right side. Brace with. So I just maintain all my injuries on one side of my body. And there's our champions, the San Antonio Spurs. I literally talked half that game through. See, we started a conversation. I kept going. You start talking, I'll talk all day, you know? Or anyone starts brings a... You have to chat. You bring a subject up, I can go on about it and on and on and on. Thanks for GG's, guys. Dun, 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 dun. Look at it spinning round. Them jamming tunes. Alright, guys. That is NBA Live 98 for the Super Nintendo.